Hi, I'm Mark Evans, and I want to welcome you to the Online Learning Center. Our video series are all about teaching technique in swimming, cycling, and running. And on evanscoaching.com, we have a link to an extensive library of videos on swimming, cycling, and running, dry land, workout whiteboards, and even a question and answer. This video is our series number 3, however, for my friends over at trytalk.com. And I wanted to continue as I've taken time to go in and look at some of the forum questions and answers on the previous videos that I've put on there for David. In particular, we talked about the V-line and head positions and how it relates to the sternum. And I really appreciate your comments, and so I thought we would go ahead and rather than just leave you at the V-line, I would continue to the next section once you've made that V-line extension and elevation of the scapula on this V type of entry. So where do you think you go next? The catch. You got it. The catch is really simply that. It's a catch. It's not a grab, and it's not an aggressive positioning, but actually it's a passive position that you want to try to obtain. And what we're looking for at that point, following your fullest extension and reach, more or less in an arcing manner, is that you're going to set your forearm and hand into a vertical position. And I've talked about this in other videos on my website, and I talk about how to achieve that through what I refer to as an open armpit. So if you try to keep that armpit open throughout, you're going to have an easier time of achieving that high elbow position. But I'm going to give you another tip, especially for the TriTalk listeners, is that we're going to focus on your pinky as it relates to the side of the pool. And if we do that, so following your extension and that real long extension, arcing forward and reaching to an anchor point, what you're going to do is you're going to drop that pinky down so it is in line or perpendicular, runs the same parallel line as the side of the pool. You don't want to have your pinky underneath or outside. You can see that that's angled out this way, and this is underneath this way. And you lose actually lift, in my opinion, by sweeping up underneath. You gain propulsion and anchoring positioning and leverage by holding that pinky right in alignment. And a good cue is to hold it exactly in alignment with that vertical wall that's on the side of the pool. So each time you enter the water, you're going to drive that pinky down. You can see that right there. And then I end up with my vertical forearm and hand. And that's what we're looking for. Another way to train that dry land is to use some stretch cords that are hooked up roughly about a foot or so above your head. And these aren't so much strength training, but neuromuscular training techniques. And what you'll do is you'll step back and just simply keep that elbow positioned neutral so it doesn't slide back, it doesn't drop down, but the forearm and hand simply drop down. You could do 3 sets of 25 or 30 of those repetitions, and then pop in the water and go 3 sets of 25 where you're focusing just on the left hand. The left pinky is in alignment, vertical alignment with the left wall. 25 where the right is in alignment with the right wall, and then 50 where both bilaterally left and right side are hitting the alignment or matching the alignment of each one of those walls. This is a critical point to remember, is that when you're doing these drills or techniques, swim them at a very light intensity. Like, you know, I have 6 zones in my, when I'm coaching athletes, and I like to have them do these at zone 1 and 2. So very light, moderate intensity, so that you're cueing and that you're reinforcing the neuromuscular patterning that's so important. When our intensity goes up, technique can sometimes fade. So let's keep that in mind. And as you rehearse, then it becomes more of a patterning that you can readily call upon as the technique improves. So I believe that this video, or this tip of keeping that pinky perpendicular or in alignment with that wall on the outside of that pulling arm or anchoring hand, will help you make every movement better than the last. I'm Mark Evans, and I appreciate you watching. Looking forward to more comments and additional videos as we work through most of the complete stroke for Tri-Talk. Thanks for watching.